Good morning, students. Today we are going to start new chapter number 6, applications of derivatives. So in this chapter, exercise 6.1 is out of syllabus. So now open exercise 6.2. In this exercise, we are going to learn about increasing and decreasing functions. So increasing and decreasing functions, according to definition of increasing and decreasing functions, a continuous function in an open interval AB is increasing if for all x1 x2 belongs to open interval AB such that x1 is less than x2 gives fx1 is less than fx2, then function will be strictly increasing. Or we can say that x belongs to open interval AB and f dash x is greater than 0, then function will be strictly increasing. Now strictly decreasing function. Function will be strictly decreasing if x1 x2 belongs to open interval AB, x1 is less than x2 gives fx1 is greater than fx2, then function will be strictly increasing in this interval. Or if x belongs to the open interval AB and f dash x is less than 0, then function will be strictly decreasing. Clear? So simply we can say that function is increasing if f dash x is equal to f dash x is greater than 0, then function will be strictly increasing and x belongs to the interval. Clear? And if f dash x is less than 0 means negative, then function will be strictly decreasing function. Now theorem related to increasing and decreasing functions. Let f be a continuous function on closed interval AB. Fx is continuous function on closed interval AB and differentiable in open interval AB, then f is increasing in closed interval AB if f dash x is greater than 0 for each x belongs to open interval AB. Clear? Similarly, function fx will be decreasing in closed interval AB if f dash x is less than 0 for all x belongs to open interval AB. And also f is a constant function in closed interval AB if f dash x is equal to 0 for each x belongs to open interval AB. Clear? So according to this theorem, you have to remember, if f dash x is greater than 0 or positive, then function will be increasing function, and if f dash x is less than 0, then function will be decreasing function, and if f dash x is equal to 0, then function will be constant function according to this theorem. Clear? Now see the example. So that the function fx is equal to 3x plus 17 is strictly increasing on R. Let x1 x2 be any two numbers in R. We have x1 is less than x2. So when x1 is less than x2, then 3 times of x1 will also be less than 3 times of x2. Now adding on both sides, then 3x1 plus 17 will be less than 3x2 plus 17. Clear? This is 3x1 and 3x2. So 3x1 is less than 3x1 plus 17 will be less than 3x2 plus 17. And here fx is 3x plus 17. So fx1 will be 3x1 plus 17. So in place of 3x1 plus 17 you can write fx1, and in place of 3x2 plus 17 you can write fx2. So fx1 is less than fx2. Therefore function is strictly increasing on R. Clear? Now see the next example. Find the intervals of the increase and decrease of function. You have to find the interval in which interval function is increasing or decreasing. Clear? So to find the interval, firstly you have to find the derivative of the function, means f dash x, then put it equal to 0. On putting f dash x is equal to 0, find the values of x and put the values of x on the number line. These values will be divide the number line in some intervals. Find the intervals, then put the then find the intervals, then put the value of x to check in which interval function is increasing function or in which interval function is decreasing function. You have to check in which interval f dash x is greater than 0 and in which interval f dash x is less than 0. So where f dash x is greater than 0, their function will be increasing function, and where f dash x is less than 0, their function will be decreasing function. Clear? So now see this example. We have to find the intervals here where the function is increasing and decreasing. So function is given fx is equal to x cube minus 3x plus 2. So firstly find f dash x. F dash x will be equal to 3x square minus 3. Clear? So f dash x is equal to 3x square minus 3. Now put f dash x is equal to 0 and find the value of x. So when put f dash x is equal to 0, it means 3x square minus 3 is equal to 0, then 3x square is equal to 3, so x square is equal to 1, so x will be equal to plus minus 1. So now you have two values of x minus 1 and x is equal to 1. Now put these values on number line. So here number line, minus 1, minus 2, here minus infinity up to minus infinity, 1, 2, up to dash dash infinity and 0. Clear? So values of x are minus 1 and 1. So minus 1 is here and 1 is here. So minus 1 and 1 are dividing the number line in 3 disjoint interval. So first interval is minus infinity to minus 1. Second interval is minus 1 to 1. And third interval is 1 to infinity. Clear? So first interval is minus infinity to minus 1. Second interval minus 1 to 1. And third interval is 1 to infinity. Clear? So now you have 3 intervals. Now you have to check in which interval f dash x is positive and in which interval f dash x is negative. So in which interval f dash x is positive, their function will be increasing, and in which interval f dash x is less than 0 or negative, their function will be decreasing function. So now check here. So firstly check the first interval minus infinity to minus 1. So minus infinity to minus 1, consider any number lying between this interval. So let x is equal to minus 2. So find f dash minus 2 means you have to put x is equal to minus 2 in f dash x. Clear? Then find the value. So f dash minus 2 is equal to 9, which is positive or greater than 0. So we can say that at x is equal to minus 2, f dash x is greater than 0. So function is increasing function in the interval minus infinity to minus 1. Clear? Now second interval, on the second interval minus 1 to 1. So consider any number lying between this interval. So let x is equal to 0 because 0 is lying between minus 1 to 1. So put the value of x in f dash x, means you have to put x is equal to 0 in f dash x. So f dash 0 will be equal to minus 3 here. It means at x is equal to 0, f dash x is less than 0, means negative. So function is decreasing function in the interval minus 1 to 1. Clear? Now third interval is 1 to infinity. So consider a number, any number in which belongs to this interval. So let x is equal to 2. Put x is equal to 2 in f dash x. Then you find f dash 2 is equal to 9, which is greater than 0. It means f dash x is greater than 0 at x is equal to 2. Clear? And 2 is belongs to the interval 1 to infinity. So we can say that in interval 1 to infinity, function is increasing function. So finally we can say that the function is increasing in the interval minus infinity to minus 1 and 1 to infinity, and function is decreasing function in the interval minus 1 to 1. Clear, students? So you can find intervals easily. Now see the next example. Prove that y is equal to sin theta 4 sin theta upon 2 plus cos theta minus theta is an increasing function of theta in closed interval 0 to pi by 2. This type. In closed interval 0 to pi by 2. Clear? Now y is equal to, so firstly you have to find, because we have to prove that function is increasing function, so we have to find its derivative. So find its derivative. Differentiating with respect to theta, so dy by d theta is equal, so here apply quotient rule, and d by d theta of theta will be 1. Now solve this portion, then you have this one, solve, then you have this portion. Clear? Now when theta is lying between 0 to pi by 2, then cos theta will be lying between 0 to 1. Clear? Means theta is lying between 0 to pi by 2. Then cos theta will be lying between 0 to 1. Clear? So 4 cos theta will be greater than 0, means 4 cos theta will be positive. So 4 cos theta will be positive and cos theta will be positive, then dy by d theta will be positive. 4 theta is lying between 0 to pi by 2. Clear? Clear, students? See again. dy by d theta is cos theta into 4 minus cos theta upon 2 plus cos theta square. When theta is lying between 0 to pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2 means theta is lying in first quadrant. Theta belongs to the first quadrant, then cos theta will be lying between 0 to 1. When theta is lying between 0 to pi by 2, then cos theta will be lying between 0 to 1. it means cos theta will be positive. Clear? And 4 minus cos theta will also be positive. Clear? Then dy by d theta will be positive. Means dy by d theta will be greater than 0 for all theta is lying between 0 to pi by 2. Clear? So we can say that function is increasing function of theta in 0 to in open interval 0 to pi by 2. Clear? So function is also increasing on interval 0 to pi by 2. Function is also increasing on interval 0 to pi by 2. Clear, students? So now you have to solve the questions of exercise 6.2. Okay, students? Thank you.